Ontario Honda Dealers Indy Toronto. This was actually a decent race. It was really strategy oriented, as Toronto usually is. That's how you usually get with these street courses. You usually don't get a lot of passing. There was passing in some really weird spots. There was some really weird decisions being made by drivers. Well, let's just see if I can go look through. There was a kind of a crash right at the beginning, yeah. And I don't remember who was all in it. It was like two guys, I think, and Christian Rasmussen was one of them, so he ended up finishing last. He didn't even complete I think, Ferrucci might have been involved in the spin. That's right. That's right, because I didn't tune in until the replays for that incident because I was watching the end of Stage 21 of the Tour de France. Congratulations on Tadej Pogacar, 9th rider in history to win the general classification 3 times. It was going to be him or Vingegaard, looked like, and Pogacar just, he just had the big enough cushion going into the final stage, and he ended up winning the time trial, because it was a time trial this year. First time since '89, that great finish. Big six-stage win the Tade, so glad to see that. Restart, Augustine Canapino was side-by-side with Dixon going into one of those turns. One of those turns after the... it was like the first real left-hander after the end of Lakeshore Drive. And he turned in just slightly too early and tapped the rear of Dixon, and he went into the wall. So I guess the Argentinian fan base is now going to be sending death threats to Scott Dixon. You know Dixon's going to be able to handle that really easily. He got robbed at a Taco Bell in Indianapolis. It's not even a Taco Bell anymore. Problems with Stingray Rob. He dropped out with mechanical. I guess Connor McElroy got involved in an incident at one point. I actually forgot about that. I just see he got contact. Felix Rosenquist had a mechanical issue. It was mainly a Herder show. I think Dixon won a couple of laps during a cycle. Yeah, he led 3 laps. Marcus Ericsson was allowed 1 lap for a cycle, but Herder was out front most of the day. Kiffin Simpson got involved. He hit the wall. He set up a late race restart. And on lap 73, I believe, because this incident, Simpson crashed with about 19 to go, I think, brought out the yellow. And then the big accident. So on the restart, it was like Ward, Kirkwood, Dixon, I don't know, a few other guys. I want to say it was like Power. It was like, no, McLaughlin and Power, I think, was next. And then I think it was O'Ward in like 6th, I think, at that point. I think Pelot was up to 7th. It was interesting. And Pato just lost it coming out of turn 1. It was really uncharacteristic, and even more uncharacteristic is they didn't throw the yellow. Not until after Marcus Ericsson got involved in the crash. He went, and then Santino, I think, yeah, he hit Pato's car. He hit the front of the rear, the front wing, because Pato was turned, and he ramped off that, and he was riding along the catch fence and ended up on his side pretty much upside down. So we got pretty much a flip in 2 straight races. Fittipaldi was also out after that crash. Mullen Siegel was out, so a bad day, a very bad day, not good day for McLaren. And Toby Sowery in the 51, because he was in the 51. Hunter McElroy was the guy in the 18, so and it should be Jack Harvey the rest of the year. But McElroy looked actually decent in practice. Sowery was involved. He kept going. He finished a lap down in 15th. That's how this race went. And on the restart, what happened was the same. Was pretty sure it was like turn 5 that were the Dixon Canapino deal. But Power tried to pass to the inside. While both are ahead of Palou, who they're chasing in points, by the way. Power tried to pass the inside of McLaughlin, and put McLaughlin in a wall, and I think something happened to Newgarden, too, and he fell back, and he had a pit, because there was like 3 Penske's, and they were all going to finish in like the top 10. And then none of them did. Newgarden, well, should get to that point. But yeah, Power just totally sent McLaughlin out of the race. Yeah, that was late in the race. And yeah, and Newgarden, VK pitted for new tires for the alternates, and Newgarden got up to 8th and was gonna, because he was around 8, it was like he was 4th, and then it was like 8th, and then he pitted to 12th, and then he was back up to 8th. It looked like he was gonna get Christian Lundgaard, and then he overcooked it and spun out and dropped to 11th. Ended up finishing a second ahead of Power, you know. VK ended up getting by Grosjean and Rahal in the process, though, because he was smarter. And Colton Herta was able to hang on over Kyle Kirkwood. It's like a 41 race winless streak snapped. Dixon was 3rd. Palou was in 4th and grew his points lead. We're talking about a 2nd straight title and a 3rd title in 4 years possibility. The Alex Palou era is in full force. Marcus Armstrong, solid day for him, top 5, you know, it was like a gold livery. Finally, it feels like somebody at Meyershank converted on a good qualifying run. Lil Dave. It was Little Dave. It was not Rosenquist. It was David Malukas finishing 6th. Lundgaard 7th. VK 8th. Grosjean 9th. Rahal 10th. Newgarden 11th. Power 12th. Lundquist, Porcher, and Sauer. Yeah, Teo Porcher was in the 7 because Rossi broke his thumb and missed this race. He might be back for the next week in 4 weeks' time at St. Louis. Porcher, mid-pack, that's right. Best for McLaren all day. Toby Sowery 15th, and then a list of drivers who did not finish. Pato O'Ward, Scott McLaughlin out after 76 laps. Pato O'Ward, Marcus Ericsson, Pietro Fittipaldi, Antonio Ferrucci, Nolan Siegel out after 72. Kiffin Simpson out after 66. Rosenquist out after 63. Hunter McElrea out after 57. Stinger out after 13. Canapino out after 4 laps. And poor Christian Rasmussen didn't even finish a single lap. So Alex Palou leads the points by 49 over Will Power, 53 over Scott Dixon, and 57 over new 4th place driver Colton Herta. Suddenly in the mix of the championship, if something should happen to Palou. Pato O'Ward sitting 5th, 71 points back. Scotty Mack now 83 points in arrears. Kyle Kirkwood 97 points back. I feel like that's fringe championship, you know, if they get really hot, but it's going to be tough. I want to say the max points you can get in a weekend is 53. It might be 54, actually. In which case, Power could tie Palou after next race. If you're within a race, I always think you've got a shot. Yeah, you need a lot to fall in your favor, but, you know, it's not... You're still in a good spot if you're within a race, because with like 5 races left, because then you can slowly build. Sorry if the top of my head is getting cut off a little. But after Kirkwood, who's 97 points back, Joseph Newgarden's in 8th, but he's 145 points back, so he's probably out of it. Even with all these, because he did not have, he just kind of had a good, decent Iowa, which is bad for Newgarden standards. Alexander Rossi still 9th in points, 1 point behind Newgarden. Santino is 180 back. So this is an interesting battle. Santino's got 231 points. He's 10th. Lundgaard is 2 points behind Ferrucci for 11th. Marcus Ericsson 7 points behind Lundgaard. Felix Rosenqvist is a single point behind Ericsson and a total of 10 points behind Ferrucci. Then it's another 18 points back to Marcus Armstrong, who's in another battle because for 14th. Rinus VK's 2 behind Armstrong. Romain Grosjean's 2 behind VK. And Ray Hall's in 17th in points, 2 behind Grosjean. And then you get to the guys. Linus Lundqvist is at 238 back. Pietro Fittipaldi's 276 back from Palou. He is mathematically eliminated from winning the championship. So all this matters is for, like, other stuff. Kiffin Simpson, 278. Stingray Rob's 290 back. Rasmussen and Canapino's tied for 22nd in points still. Nolan Siegel is 24th in points. Teo Porcher actually 25th in points. David Maluk is still 26th. He's by Harvey. I think Porcher is also past Harvey. That's going to be interesting to see what the breakdown is for some of the other stuff. Let me try and pull up leader circle points real quick. There's a bit you can edit out. No, never mind. It doesn't include Toronto yet. I don't know what the leader circle standings are. Because I think they actually had Stingray ahead of Canapino. Actually, no, I think, yeah. I would not be surprised if now Canapino is now on the outside looking in. Because there's 25 drivers eligible for the top 22, and I know I don't remember who are the 2 that are not eligible. I think it's the Ganassi 11, and then it might be the Ganassi 4. It's the Ganassi 11 and the Ganassi 4, I think. The 66, the 41, and the 51 are on the outside looking. They're also not listed at Wikipedia as a leader circle entry because I don't think they finished inside the top 22 points last year. So I think it might be, that might be what we're looking at right here. I think the 78 is the one because both the coin cars are back. I think the 78 is the other one on the outside looking in. I expect Honda to make a big leap in the engine manufacturer standings because they should get. Because let's look at that real quick. Let's go back to the results because they were behind. Honda took the first 7 spots, I think. I think Rinus VK and Romain Grosjean are the ones scoring points for Chevy this week, which is really weird. Yeah, so if you want to know what I think about how the points race is looking forward, I think that really hurt Power's chance. I think Power's the one that got really hurt the most by today. Palou obviously probably helped. Herta got helped. I don't know about Dixon just because he's like a full race back and he's also a Ganassi driver. I still want to. Like, Dixon was looking really good. If it wasn't for all the chaos, Palou would have probably finished like 7th. not much. That still would have been 6 points. That would have been 6 points less that Pelot would have on Dixon. We'll see. We've got a bit of a wait. I definitely want to start. If it's not tomorrow that you see Pac-Man Fever, it's got to be next Monday because I'm gonna have 3 weeks without an IndyCar race review. 3 Mondays, I should say, where there wasn't an IndyCar race. Hiccups. So yeah, that's hopefully coming soon. Maybe if I, yeah, I better just hiccup. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still doing the trend of all the new stuff. Yeah, I guess I will just see you all next time.